After Ravenhurst burns down, again, you get called to the abandoned town of Biddeford, Maine, by Cassandra Williams, a psychic recently hired by Ghost Patrol, an apparently famous ghost hunting show in this particular universe. Once you arrive, the people of Ghost Patrol are quick to leave, and you find out from Cassandra that some relic of pure evil resides somewhere in the town, and is a large part as to why this town has become a ghost town. It's your job to explore the ruins of Biddeford, Maine, and find the relic, and hopefully destroy it. So first, let's go ahead and get into the positives. The town of Biddeford, Maine is a really fun place to explore. The people who created this game did a really good job of creating a ghost town. The atmosphere is incredibly eerie, and a lot of the places that you go to are just downright unsettling. It's just a nice, spooky place to have a game, and I think the creators did a very good job with it. This game also does their hidden object scenes a little bit differently. While there are still some usual hidden object scenes, they don't happen as often, and the main focus is actually on spirit drawings. Basically, Cassandra will hand you a series of drawings of places that she's seen in her head, and your job is to find the exact place that matches that drawing. There's even moments where you have to change things in the scenery to match the drawing. So for example, one of the drawings that you have is of a sandcastle, so you have to build the exact sandcastle that you see in the drawing. It's a fun addition to the game, and it helps keep things interesting. These spirit drawings are then given to Cassandra, and she uses them to help see what happened in the past. This is a really cool way of letting us know the exposition that we need to understand what happened to the town of Biddeford, Maine. All the actors in this section do a really good job, and each backstory has the same unsettling feel that you feel throughout the entire game, and you really begin to feel for these people that this evil relic has affected. Finally, easily the best part of this game for me is Leah Thompson as Cassandra. Leah Thompson is probably best known for portraying Lorraine in the Back to the Future trilogy, and I think she does a phenomenal job in this role. I feel that this kind of role is something that would be really easy to phone in. Just kind of read the lines, do some mystical arm waving, and call it a day. But Leah Thompson gives 110% to this role, and I absolutely love her for it. Cassandra is so incredibly entertaining, and Leah commits to this role, keeping the same energy throughout the entire game, even when all you do is hear her talk. However, with the positives, there still do come some negatives. To get to the various backstories, you have to solve what is essentially a jigsaw puzzle. You have various squares, and you have to put them together in the correct way. You can do this because what you are creating is a moving picture, so you can see how each part moves into the next one. Now, this concept wouldn't be that difficult in and of itself, but some of the levels make it just way too difficult. For example, one of these puzzles have 4 pieces that are fixed in place and are rotating. And once you add pieces to them, those pieces also rotate. There have been more than one time where I had to reset the whole puzzle because the rotating pieces got stuck and I couldn't move them or add pieces to it anymore. It's just kind of a broken mechanic, and it got kind of frustrating after a while. The Mystery Case Files games, for the most part, are able to create a spooky atmosphere without resorting to jump scares. And this game usually does a pretty good job with that as well. However, there were a few moments throughout the game where a jump scare occurred that I felt really wasn't warranted. For example, near the beginning of the game, you're watching a news report, and then just randomly there's a creepy demon face and the television kind of explodes, and it's not really something that needed to happen. I have gone on record in the past saying that I don't like jump scares, and I feel that this game has a few that are just there to startle as opposed to be scary. Finally, I want to talk about the ending, specifically the post-credits scene. It doesn't spoil anything about the overall story of the game, it just kind of spoils what happens to the Ghost Patrol. So if you are interested in not having that particular thing spoiled, I'll go ahead and wrap things up now and just say that I gave this game a 7 out of 10. I think it's pretty good, but I do think some improvements can be made. However, for those who don't mind spoilers, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So in the post-credits scene, you see the members of Ghost Patrol driving away, and one of them is kind of stroking a necklace that very clearly looks like it includes a piece of the evil relic that you have been trying to find. Then it cuts to black, and there's the sound of a car crash. So is it saying that there's still a piece of this evil in the world? Did it cause the car crash? What is happening here at the end? It seems to be setting up for a sequel that, at this point, has not been made yet. This whole idea of setting up sequels and then not committing to them kind of annoys me, because it means that you're setting a cliffhanger that then never gets resolved. It just kind of leaves the game up in the air with no real positive conclusion. Now, it's not enough to make me regret playing the game, because again, it is just a post-credits scene, but it does lead to just kind of an annoying and unsatisfying ending. Overall, this game has its strengths and weaknesses. I don't think I would call it a game that's going to win any awards or anything, but it is a game that I still really enjoyed. So, as I mentioned back before I talked about the post-credit scene, I give this game a 7 out of 10. And with all of that being said, I will see all of you tomorrow for the final day of VEDS. Words, man. Words, words, words.